Hello everyone, I wanted to talk to y'all about something I found sort of interesting, and that is when people, for example, they practice exercise, they get pretty good at it really fast, including myself, and I think a lot of exercise, actually I think all the exercises, a lot of it is what I'd like to call fake strength, including the deadlift. Because even me, if I don't practice like a hex bar deadlift, let's say I don't practice it. I remember last year I wasn't practicing it, but I was doing other back exercises. I got better at a ton of other stuff. I wouldn't say I got weaker. I had a 700-pound trap bar deadlift, and then I didn't practice it for a couple months. And then I did it again, and my new max was about 550. And I can tell you, I didn't just magically get 20% weaker. There was no reason. I was actually bigger. I could lift more on a ton of other exercises, but my back strength didn't just decrease 20%. That's why I don't let any exercise overall determine my physical ability. I kind of listen to a lot more exercises than just the deadlift or the squat, because a lot of it is just neurons in your I'm not a scientist or expert, but just common logic. You practice a skill, you get better at it. A lot of it is just your body memorizing the movement pattern. That's what most of it is. So if you practice other things, then you come back to a movement you're not as good at, it's just because those neurons aren't, not neurons, your body's not as used to doing the movement. You've probably learned if you've been subscribed to me, I'm not real good at remembering the names or titles. I have a bad memory, but I understand the processes and the functions. But that's why I really don't care to train a certain way like that. Like right now, I primarily prefer to train with similar to a power lifter, and I do a one rep and a hold, where I'll hold the weight. So like military press, I was doing one arm dumbbell. Military is up to a 110 with each arm, and then I'd hold it for 30 seconds at the top. And that's slowly lower and control the eccentric. Dumbbell curl, same thing. There's certain exercises I don't do that with, like floor press, dumbbell floor press. I realized, like, as a whole, the floor presses, those get me stronger as a whole than barbell. But I'm not as good with the barbell. It's kind of weird. Like I did a 130. It's on a high incline. I ripped out with a 130 dumbbell on the high incline. Not like a low where it's almost a bench, but incline that's about right there. Like SEAD military, high incline. I ripped out with a 130. I did it 3 times with my right arm and 1 time with my left. But with the barbell, I can't, on the same high incline, I couldn't do 255 with a bar. Sorry, a lot of other things going on outside. I don't like people eavesdropping on what I'm talking about outside. But yeah, that's why I try to do a lot of various movements. I prefer, this is a different topic sort of, but instead of you moving an object, I've always been interested in wrestling and martial arts and stuff like that. I have a background, when I was a little kid, I did Taekwondo. I was a little kid, did it for a couple years, and that kind of got me into strength training. I wanted to figure out ways to hit harder, and it got me more into plyometrics and power, while being able to be in good shape. I couldn't go into the dojo being super sore and beat up. I couldn't. I mean, I had to be fresh. I had to be able to move. I couldn't do pump workouts with my arms, and I had to be able to function. That's why I say with a job, you gotta be able to function, move around. You can't work out and be where you can barely walk. Maybe if you have a desk job, yeah, maybe you can. But if you're on your feet a lot, you gotta be able to move. So that's why I try to show ways where y'all can work out and still be able to live your daily lives without being sore and halfway crippled throughout your whole life. But something I wanted to go into is how, instead of you trying to move a weight, how about you prevent the weight from moving you? It's kind of like in wrestling. I've been told personally that, I mean, I've been in situations where I've had 3 people trying to get me down, and they can't budge me. All 3 of them being bigger than myself and close to my level of strength, but they can't budge me. Like I'm rock solid. Yeah, that is due to my leverages. I'm 5'5" and big stocky legs. I'm closer to the ground, so I have a better center of gravity. But I mean, I don't know if it makes that big of a difference. Where I can have 3 people and they can't even move me an inch. I keep my stance and everything, and I think that is kind of a good way of training. Isometrics. I do believe in isometrics a lot more. I'm not saying, if you primarily train isometrics, I'm not saying you're going to be world's strongest man, but you're going to be more capable. You're going to be able to do more things. You won't have to practice the same thing to be better at, because your body will be better at not letting the weight control you. It'll be better for daily life activities, is what I'm saying. And me, I still want to be strong. I want to be able to lift the ton way over my head, but I want to look at that bicep peak for a second. My small 16-inch arms, but I'm 5'5" with 16-inch arms, and I weigh like 185. Pretty funny. But I got freaking 27-inch legs right now, 27 or 28. But but yeah, it's something I'm experimenting right now. I've been doing it for a little bit, and so far it's working great. I'm introducing a lot of volume that's really short because timed holds. If I'm doing an isometric hold with a 50-pound dumbbell for 30 seconds, you gotta think when you curl a dumbbell for 10 reps, that, I mean, it's not even 30 seconds of action right there. Maybe 15, 20 seconds, so you're still getting in a lot of volume, and without tearing up the muscle so much. You're not overusing your joints and tendons, all this stuff, but you're still strengthening them at the same time. It's kind of like a bicyclist. You're wearing and tearing down the cartilage of your knees. Yeah, you might be working your heart and your muscles, but at the cost to your knees. You have to go in for knee surgery. So me, I'm looking for other ways to do that. But yeah, I'd say learn to build control throughout your whole body. So, instead of just learning to lift up and down, learn to control and stabilize better. If you're interested in any fighting, martial arts, whatever, wrestling, you'll just have a better carryover. And it's better for your longevity and better for working men and women out there. It's better in almost every way. It won't turn you into the world's strongest man or the world's greatest power lifter, but it'll make you stronger in other areas that they aren't.